Hello guys, welcome to my Endgame series. This is going to be the first video, and in this series I'm going to try to explain to you how the Endgame path of Excel works and lead you through it so that you have a smoother experience. First of all, I want to start off by showing you a little application called Awakened Poe Trade. Basically, for all items in the game, you can, if you have the application, use the hotkey Ctrl D, and it will show you how much the item is worth. Last time in the labyrinth, I got lucky and I got this gem. This I could sell for, as you can see, around 65 chaos, and that would be a nice head start into maps, as maps can be a little bit difficult to transition into at the start. So I would recommend getting this price check tool. It's called Awakened Poe Trade. Pretty much everyone uses it, and it helps a lot with knowing how much the items are worth. So at the end game, the very first thing you will have to do is talk to Commander Kirak here, and he will give you a map. Then you can go down here to the map device and run your first map. For white maps, just with a white number here, you should always use an orb of transmutation on them. As you can see, this turns from white to blue, because you have to run white maps in this blue form to get an extra passive point, which you will see after I've completed this map. Then you can just open the map, go into it, and basically your main objective for maps is to kill the boss of the area. So we will look for that boss. Also, I will be including this character right now as it is, how it's entering maps. In the description I will make a link, and I will also show some notes that should help you with getting into maps. For example, just simple advice as capping your resistances, but I've also included some unique items that you can buy that will help you with progression. And also I've put in a Better Trade search. Better Trade is a extension for your browser, which basically I've put in some trades that you can just copy, and you won't have to do the searching yourself. So definitely check out the description, and if you want you can look at the character and also at the advice I've put into the notes. Okay, so I will just level up, and now, as you can see right here, because we have run the map in a magic form, we now get an Atlas passive skill point. There is another skill tree in this game. It's not just your own passive tree, there's also this Atlas passive tree, which you can access with Ctrl G by default, I believe. And here you can basically affect the maps that you run. Maps are the end game. Maps are these areas that you can open. And right now I'm just going to grab this point, 2% increased maps found in area, and we will be making our way over here to shaping the skies and later shaping the mountains. These are some nodes that give you more map sustain. As in the beginning, it's very important to get just as many maps as you can. And then we will make our way up here to get to the more aspirational content. The main goal, as you can see, if I press G, this will open up the atlas. And you can see there's a huge atlas. This is all kind of covered in fog right now, but later on you will see that there's maps in every direction. And the main goal of the endgame for you right now will be to collect 4 void stones. There's pinnacle bosses in each corner, and we will make our way to the bottom left first, and then go clockwise. And these pinnacle bosses will take some time to get to. They are pretty much the endgame, but it's really fun to get to them, and it's very cool bosses. So after you've completed your first map, go talk to Kirak again. And now you can go to a hideout. If you don't have a hideout already, there's lots in the campaign. You can just clear out an area and you will get your first hideout. Then you can talk to Helena, this NPC right here. She will be in several towns. And then you can, over here, select your hideout. And the main thing for why you want to hideout is you can put your stash right here and your map device here. So you can just run your maps more efficiently and don't have to walk all the way in the epilogue from Kirak to the map device and then back to the waypoint. So this is just a little bit of quality of life. And I will run another map. This map is a little bit difficult. This is a rare map with a lot of modifiers. I would not recommend running that right now. However, just putting on Orb of Transmutation to make it magic, it will definitely be somewhat easy to run. Also, as always, check your resistances. That's one of the main things for survivability, and if you don't have enough, you can always craft something on with the crafting bench. Or just let's do another map. And you can see if you have kept resistances and halfway decent bow. My bow right now is actually pretty nice. Around 400 DPS, I believe. Which is more than enough for starting to map. I've deliberately not used the 5th link to make it more relatable right now, but I will be using a 5th link around the time that I get to yellow maps, I believe. So basically for maps 1 to 5, they are the white maps. Maps 1, 6 to 10 I think is yellow maps, and then 11 to 16 is red maps. Basically the difficulties of early, mid and end game. And you have to run white maps, so tier 1 to 5 as blue. So just make them magic to get at the end of the map after you kill the boss the Atlas skill point. For yellow maps, so tier 6 to 10, you have to make them rare with an Orb of Alchemy or Orb of Binding. And that will give you the Atlas skill point after you finish the map. And for red maps you have to run them rare and corrupted to get the skill point at the end. And you would really want to focus on getting the skill points. As you can see, there's a whole Atlas tree right here, and it gives you massive boons to your maps. Really important to get them. I've actually run past the boss, it seems, because it's down here. And also we will be doing a little passive tree respec after this map. There we go. And in maps it's also pretty important that you have some portal scrolls. I will show you, they look like this. I personally have a hotkey set up for them, so I don't have to go into my inventory. But it's usually the way you get out of maps, just put down a portal and it will take you right back to your hideout. Now this boss is a little difficult, but it works just fine. And we got our second skill point. Alright, now for the respec you can talk to Faustus right here. With Faustus you can respecialize using gold, which is really nice. So you can also use your refund points that you've gotten from the campaign. Or use gold, it doesn't really matter. I can, I guess, use some of the ones I have right here. And we first respec this onslaught, because now we have the Quicksilver Flask, the Silver Flask, the normal Silver Flask, which gives us onslaught if we press it. We will also be respecing Point Blank. Just gives us a little bit more damage, because we don't lose any damage at long range anymore. And we can also respec this wheel right here, because we will be taking the other elemental damage wheel up there. Here the evasion and movement speed. And I think we take the life respect these 2 points. And that's good enough for now, I believe. Because the main thing we want to get is this right here. This gives us a little bit of reservation efficiency, so we will be able to run precision. And some effect as well. And the next thing we grab is we regrab the elemental mastery right here. With the hits reflected. And then some evasion once we get there. Alright, now we can also run precision. Just another aura skill. So just put that in, activate it. And this will give us some accuracy, which we need right now, since we also have increased our life. And our accuracy is actually the exact same as our life, but once we do a map and kill some monsters, we will level the gem up and that will be fine. If you're a little bit confused on why accuracy matters, I will explain that right now. As we are taking the precise techniques still, we have to have higher accuracy rating than maximum life. But we should get that right around killing the first few monsters. There we go. And this is our first tier 2 map. For each map the level the area level goes up by 1. Tier 1 maps start at level 68 and tier 16, the highest tier, ends at area level 83. And we found the boss room. For the first maps I would recommend just skipping through the boss. Later on in late yellow to red maps you can full clear, because you actually want to find more maps in these areas. However, for the first few maps you have more than enough sustain and you can just rush to the boss. Okay, for this episode I will do one more map. I will do a more difficult map right here, a tier 3 map, which is also rare. This is actually quite difficult. You don't have to run them rare, you can just run the magic. However, I will just show that off. And also you have to be a little bit careful, because as you see, all the maps, if you use orbs on them, they will get these modifiers. If you believe that a modifier is too difficult for your build to run, then you can also always reroll the maps, which I will show you how to do after this map as well. Talk to this guy, he's important for the end game. He's kind of like the main story point, or the guy that leads us through the story of the end game. And as I was saying, there is one modifier on maps that you will absolutely have to avoid, which is monsters reflect physical or elemental damage. Our build cannot handle that right now, and we will have to get some upgrades in the endgame to be able to run that mod. So if you have a map that has reflect physical or elemental damage on it, you will not be able to run it, and you should reroll the map. Alright. Let's use the specif point, and then I will show you what rerolling a map means. So there is Orbs of Alteration, which reforges a magic item. So for example, if you think that the 26% of maximum life as energy shield is a little bit too tanky for you, you can use an Orb of Alteration on this to reroll it, and then maybe these modifiers are a little bit better for you. And also if you have a rare map, like this, and you don't like the modifiers, you can use a Chaos Orb on it, and it will also reroll. I just did that to demonstrate it. However, you should probably save your Chaos Orbs as they are valuable currency. Okay, and as you can see, it's really not too difficult to get into maps once you have the resistances maxed out here, and just a bow like this. It's not even that amazing, this bow. You will be fine with this build, and I hope you learned something in this episode. Next time we will be continuing with some white maps and moving our way into yellow red and then the first void stone. So if you have any comments, leave them, any questions, leave them in the comments, and as I said at the beginning, please check out the description if you have any issues, and there will be my guide with some notes for you.